Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Shrine of Anubis. If you are new here, welcome, and if you have been here before, welcome back and nice to see you again. So, for tonight's topic, as the title suggests, we are going to be talking about that one time that a Catholic, aka me, accidentally joined a Satanist group. This is a topic that I've wanted to talk about forever, but I haven't simply because I thought it's boring and uninteresting, at least in my previous community, the UFO slash spiritual slash New Age community. Being associated with Satanists, first of all, it's a very interesting and scandalous topic because a lot of people in the New Age think, oh, she's a Satanist too. Holy shit. Like Illuminati bullshit, Rothschild, whatever, conspiracy theories that they have. And they start to accuse you that you're a pedophile and that you do this or that you eat kids or whatnot. So I've never really talked about this before at all with anyone from those communities. But when I had my spiritual awakening in 2010, and in case you don't know, I am on a 3 weekend question mark story time content type of thing on this YouTube channel, just for the spirit of Halloween. And one of these stories, the second one, is that one time that I, as a Catholic kind of practitioner, accidentally joined a Satanist group while researching paganism. Back in 2010, when I had my spiritual starseed awakening, I was intrigued by religion and getting to understand it more, to help my spiritual path and to develop that side of me even more, even further. So the most logical thing for me to do at the time was to join groups with opposite perspectives or same perspectives or different perspectives from like different groups, because I knew that there had to be other people from different practices that were passionate about learning and knowing like myself. So there was this group that I joined because at the time before meeting Anubis, I was exploring paganism, yes, but I was exploring Wicca, I was exploring Carnunos, I was exploring Greek mythology, I was exploring the Celtic pantheon as well. I was pretty much on research mode to understand other practices and other people and other deities besides the one that I was born and raised with, which was Catholicism. So at the time, I found this group that seemed pagan. So I decided to join this group. And so I introduced myself into the group and all of them. And to my surprise, and to their surprise as well, was that one awkward moment when I opened my mouth and I told them I am Catholic. And out of nowhere, the leader of the group came through and he asked me, what is such a young lady like yourself with a Christian Catholic background doing in this group? And my response was a very humble and honest one. I was like, well, I just want to learn perspectives from other people from whatever they practice. And so he asked me, are you aware, young miss, of the group that you are in right now? So my response was, this is the pagan group. And he was like, it's not just a pagan group. And so when I asked him, he told me, you are involved in a Satanist group. This is why we are surprised to have you here, because we are far from Catholic. And it was such an awkward moment for me as everything, as a member, as a person, as a newbie ex-Catholic, I would say, because I was never really a fan of religion. As a kid, I never really enjoyed going to church. I never really enjoyed to pray. I never liked angelic figures in the home. I even had a dream that Archangel Michael was kicking me out of heaven when I was 10 years old, or I was 7. Yeah, I was 7 years old or something like that. And I had bad experiences with religion without having to go to church. It was all energetic. It was all dream based, spiritually based, vibrationally based. Like, you just had to go to a church to perceive the bad vibes from it. And that was my experience with the Catholic Church in my country, in my hometown. So I was never really a fan of religion to begin with, even though my family kept ramming it down my fucking throat. So at the time when I made that realization that I was in a wrong group, we were all kind of, I was super surprised. They were surprised. I'm not sure if others were slightly surprised, but they were amused at least to have the only Catholic person involved with them. And so when they found out that I wanted to know about them and learn about their different perspectives, they all started to open up with me. There were also Luciferians involved. It was a large group with a lot of mixed people in it, with different belief systems. And there were Satanists, there were Luciferians. So they were mostly, it was just mostly those two groups, which I was surprised to see coexisting due to their opposing views amongst some of them. But however, they were all very open-minded. They were all super nice. They were super caring, super loving. I'm not sure if the group has changed right now, because it's been about 9 years or 8 years since all of this happened, and it was the sect of the Horned God. I'm not sure how much things have changed, because it's been years since I was last with them, but their leader was super, super nice with me, and they were all super kind, super open-minded, super chill, super cool, and like, hey, yeah, well, I believe in this because of that, or I don't believe in this because of this, you know? And so they started to inform me about the contradictions of religion, and it all started with Adam and Eve. And that's how I found out the contradiction in the Bible of Adam and Eve having kids. First of all, they were all males. Second, that would have implied fucking the mother. Third, if she is the mother, we would all look the same. So they started to explain to me, how do you explain people of color? How do you explain blonde people or redheads or people with brown eyes or blue eyes if we all came from the same couple? So I started to question certain things within the Bible, even though my family and I never read the Bible despite being Catholics. But I'm sure that's 80 to 90% of all of us who were once or are Christian or Catholic or something. And these people, many of them were either agnostic, atheists, or had a different practice because of reading and studying the Bible. And so even though at first I felt like a sheep surrounded by wolves, all of that changed very quickly when they started to interact with me and talk to me and show me the way. Like that infamous meme that you guys may not be familiar with, because I'm a millennial and I like weird shit. So it was a very interesting couple of months. I eventually left the group because I deleted my Facebook account. And I also didn't want to take space if I was not a practicing Satanist or Luciferian. So I just left the group and that was it. But I never really had any issues with them at all. In fact, I want to say that I've had more issues with spiritual people and people from the New Age than with Satanists. Can you believe that? So it's very interesting and intriguing to have that perspective, because New Agers and spiritual people always say, oh, stay away from these people because they're bad or evil, blah, blah, blah. They're going to make your life miserable and impossible, whatever. When they are the first ones to fuck things up, to start throwing accusations or slander or try to screw you over for their benefit, for their gain. I have a lot of tea on the New Age, okay? But I want to calm down because this is the shrine of Anubis, of course, and I don't want to experience anger. But there is a lot of bullshit in the New Age, which is why I have drifted myself away from it. It's been a long time coming. 2 years ago, but I started to finally get attached this year. And it all started with the creation of this channel in February, actually, of this year. I can't believe it's going to be almost a year that I've had this channel with you guys around. It's crazy. So, long story short, to summarize this video, something I can tell you right now that I have learned is to be open-minded. I know we love to jump to conclusions. We love to judge others based on their appearance or what they believe in or what they do or how they live their life. It's not your problem, first of all. How they live their life, how they practice things, what they believe in, what they do in their spare time or don't do in their spare time. It's not your problem. Be open-minded. It will save you so much trouble, drama, conflicts, unnecessary arguments in your life. And actually, you have nothing to lose but everything to gain. You know why? Because sometimes when we meet people that are polar opposites to us, they can bring to us fresh new perspectives or things or experiences that we may have never had by being surrounded by people who think exactly the same way as we do. However, this does not apply to people who are assholes, who are racists, who are white supremacists, who harass people for thinking differently. So spiritual extremists, New Age extremists, for example, and other types of extremists, and from political movements as well. This does not include those type of people. You don't want those people in your life. But you do want, however, to spice up your life a little bit with people that have opposing views to you, to enrich your mind. And I love that. If that were a kink, it would definitely be my own, because I love to learn from people who have different and opposing views. I have atheist friends. I have agnostic friends. I have people who don't believe in aliens, and they know I have a book on aliens. They know that I believe in aliens and that I apparently have talked to them or have interacted with them, but they respect that. Yeah, they roast me. They make fun of me, but it's because in their mind, it doesn't fit, and that's okay. That's okay. There's a difference between toxic and just wanting to roast just for fun, just for the memes, just to laugh, just to have something fun to talk about or interact about. And I have learned to live with that. No one has to agree with me. No one has to think the same way as me. I don't want them to be my clone. You don't want to have clones with you. You don't want to have yes people with you. But don't be that yes person yourself either, just to fit in. You don't have to do anything to fit in. It will come to you naturally, because those who love you accept you for who you are, whether they are atheists or believers. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a connection, to vibe with someone, to connect with someone. And that someone typically has been a person with a very opposing view to my own. And that's fine. It's completely fine. Sometimes we argue with people over the dumbest shit, or simply because they do not think the way that we do. And that's okay. That is valid. Your feelings are valid, but analyze if that really is a problem for you, if it's insulting your existence or someone else's existence, then that's a problem. But if it doesn't affect you, if it doesn't affect other people who simply exist, let's say transgenders or people of color, if it's not affecting them, if it's not insulting their existence, let it go. However, do make an audit of the people around you and see if their beliefs, let's just call it like that, are conflictive or not. Why or why not? Is it insulting someone's existence, their way of being, their way of behaving, their way of acting? Yes, get rid of them. If they really are not insulting someone else's existence with the way that they think and believe and act and speak, if it's not insulting or harming anybody else, then that's fine. And perhaps you need to release that resistance of having someone thinking the polar opposite of you. There is a fine line between not thinking the same way as you do and just flat out being an asshole and a hostile person who could be a threat to somebody else's existence. So I want you to look out for that so that you may audit and filter out accordingly. So, to summarize this video, I guess, I don't know. Do not be afraid to get to know other people that look scary, that seem scary or intimidating, or that what they do is scary. Of course, I'm not telling you to be friends with a criminal or a murderer or someone super sketchy, that has been a threat to society. But what I'm saying here is, if you see this guy who has this punk look to him, like with all the piercings and everything and whatnot, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to talk to someone who is different from you, because you don't know what could come out of that. Sometimes the most corrupted people are the ones dressed in white, that say nice things and do nice things. You never really know who you're dealing with, actually. And appearances is the best way to trick someone into thinking something of this person that they're not. And so that is why I am no longer afraid of the dark. That is why I am no longer afraid of the outcasts out there like myself. And it has taught me a lot in just 10 years to never trust someone over their appearance. That they may look angelic, but their souls are corrupted. So, I want to end this video on that note. Let me know down below in the comment section. Have you had an opposing view with someone? But have you actually talked, both of you, on good terms to understand each other further? Has it happened to you in regards to politics or spirituality and your own personal belief systems? Let me know. I am very curious to know your feedback and your stories if you have anything to share. Or would you be willing to have a conversation with someone with opposing beliefs to yours? And in what sense would they be opposing? As them as a believer or atheist? Or a different type of opposing view? Let me know. I am always curious to see what you have to say. So, before I let you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell button and click on see all so that you can get all the notifications of any future uploads that I'll be making on this channel. You guessed it. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.